Thank you very much.
You are very welcome. Thank you very much.
Yeah, nice to meet you, all of you.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks. I would like to ask you some questions first. With what do you start teaching your English? With what? Can you give me some examples?
Card.
Somebody? With what can you start teaching English? Okay, your kids, small kids come to your class. What do you do with them? Okay, good. Games. What kind of games? About what? What to learn? Very good. Body language. What else? Songs. Okay, games, songs, body language. Body language we use for games and songs too, right? Yeah. So what about phonics? What about sounds? What about the ABC, right? First, I think first step, you're gonna check if your kids know ABC or sounds or not, right? So I would like to share some interesting, to my mind, techniques that I used into my classes, right? In my classroom, though I hope you also like it. These, could you guess what is it? Can you touch it?
Yeah, I touch it.
Yeah, what is it? It's sandpaper letters, right?
Yes.
Sandpaper letters. Why do you think we use them? Why are they used for? Yeah. Why? Why teach so touch? Why do you think?
It feels different.
We can feel the letter. You show the letter.
Yeah. Exactly. So these letters, what I use to teach my kids in the classroom. This is actually very famous, world famous right now technique. This is called Montessori Letters, Montessori technique letters. So they are specially made on the sandpaper to kids to touch, to use their kinesthetic. You can see also the directions, yeah, directions sound like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You touch, you feel with your fingers. Before your kids even know what letters are, before they begin writing, yeah? They don't know how to do it, but they tend to memorize. They know how to do it. So first, you begin to do with this. So touch your letters 10 times, 20 times until your kids remember how to do it. And after they can do it mechanically. This is extremely popular technique. This used in all professional schools right now, Montessori technique. So, for example, the kid doesn't know what it's A, but you should do like this. 1, 2, 3, A. Let them do this. When your kids learn more or less kinesthetically, they use their visual, yes, because teacher pronounces, teacher says, repeats, and the kids can see that. Yeah. So this is very extremely popular technique. I would like you to do one thing. Close your eyes. Take one of the cards and try to guess what the letter is. Just please take any card that you like, but please don't Google it. Then try to pronounce, aloud.
Got it.
Yeah, very good. Somebody else.
B. Yes.
Okay. Very good.
Yes.
Very good. You can try any other letters. Try to share. Just try this kinesthetic approach.
I feel good.
Very good. Also, believe me, kids, when they touch it, they remember it better. Because you can say many times A, B, they will not remember. Okay, if you even use your visual to attract their attention with big letters and colorful letters, they will not react. But if you use kinesthetic also, they will remember. Movable alphabet. Movable alphabet. There are letters, big letters, small letters, made on soft paper. They're quite big. So when your kids more or less learn how does it look like, you can feel it, you can use your movable alphabet. So that's the next step after this one, Untitled Letters. For example, you say, read me letter D. Kids already know what is D. Yeah, they touch it, they can recognize it. You give them a choice like H, D, L, doesn't matter. So they more or less know. And ask them to bring it. Could you bring me letter D, please? Could you bring me letter D? And they can recognize this is letter D, this is letter D. They recognize the shape. And they can compare. This is D, this is D. This is movable alphabet. Yes. So, and also they use their kinesthetic. They can touch, they can see. And we use our visual too, because letters are big, letters are colorful. You can try to make words, keywords, just simple letter words, 3-letter words, like cat. Your kids know more or less, so C-A-T. You pronounce, let's make the word cat. And you also use your sounds like bring me together. And they can do it like at. And they use these letters. Before even kids begin to read, decode, recognize letters. This is very important. I'm trying to use big letters and colorful things. These are what I call puzzles. I would like to pay your attention to this one. It's my work about phonics. I would like to introduce you some of the games. Here I have 17 phonic games for kids. One of these is this one, the ABC puzzle. Somebody can use a ABC, so like A, B, C, D. I use these puzzles just to teach them grammar and sight words. For example, you kids need to learn like I am, you are, he is, she is, and they can connect. They can connect. And they play with it. I found it very, very interesting. They really like it because they play with this and at the same time they learn because they are puzzles. They are big, they are attractive, and they're easy to touch and they're nice to touch. So, yeah. I use different colors. You can see we are trying to make sentences with our kids. Yeah, these kids are quite knowledgeable right now, so we can try to combine some puzzles together to produce some sentences. Here we can see more or less. We are little girls. So what we are doing right here, we are learning ABC, and at the same time we are learning sight words like little girls, and we are making the sentence. Why is it interesting, and I find it quite important? Because I don't know how in other countries, but Chinese kids, they tend to memorize. They are very, 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 extremely, very good in copying. Maybe you also found it, right?
Yes.
For example, you learn this story, they read the story perfectly. But if you ask them, for example, they learn Merry Christmas, right? They learn Merry Christmas.